Maybe movies.
Right then.
I suppose we are into the final hurdle of Act 3.
Act 3. We've reached the mile.
Milestones.
Milestones. We have reached a milestone. I think we've actually passed the milestone. It's typical, isn't it? We have no idea what's happening in the real world, so we've actually passed the milestone without realising it. So, slightly retroactively, we are going to raise a glass, if we have glasses, to the fact that we have passed our 50th episode.
Great sound effect.
Yep, and I'm dripping slightly on myself.
I've been dripping the moment we started.
There we go.
What's your name again?
Sam. Kris.
Kris. Yes.
Alright. Okay then.
Before we jump into this, as we always do, I am going to have a quick shout out today to, again, some old friends, to Unstable TV. If you haven't checked out that channel, then please do. They're an Irish couple who do a lot of reaction videos, some really interesting commentary stuff as well. They're not just like reaction videos to, oh my god, what's happening on TikTok? It's more like comparisons between the Indian and the Pakistan army, their military might, and sort of quite interesting stuff like that. So
Okay.
do have a look, and they do silly challenges as well, and things like this. I think that the one that I saw recently is the Whisper Challenge. I just saw it on the thumbnail. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I will get onto it this week. That's because there's nothing else we can do here. We're trapped in a carbuncle on the arse of reality.
What a pleasant thought.
Yeah, that's kind of where we were a year ago.
Macaulay Culkin style.
Absolutely. That was last year. That was Christmas last year. You missed that one.
Oh.
Oh, you'd have loved it, actually. We did...
That would have been a gold star right there.
It would have been. It was Home Alone and Krampus.
Oh.
Which is awesome. That was his idea.
Good horror.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah.
It was just the idea of unleashing Krampus on the McAllisters.
Right.
Which is like, actually, that's pretty cool. Which kind of makes us think then what we're going to have a think about Christmas this year.
We are.
Anyway, before that's an indeterminate amount of time away, because time doesn't move the same way here as it does for you. But it is Friday, where you are, and we are launching into Act 3 of... What's it called again? Oh, yes, Withnail and Loathing in Las Vegas. And... oh, no, that's not... Here we go. And we open with Marwood having made the call. He's driven back to...
Las Vegas and the Flamingo.
Yes. So, first things first, I take it then, because in our new version of it, we're doing away with the whole switching of cars.
I know, I think that's a particularly American perspective.
He finds out that Withnail has managed to get them a job doing something at the Flamingo Hotel for this police convention that's going on.
Yeah.
Are we saying that they're staying at the hotel, or have they been again relegated to a motel somewhere?
I think for anything that goes forward from this point to work in any kind of similar fashion, they kind of need to be in the hotel.
Okay.
Because the maid and things.
Because that's the thing, that's the only problem I've got with that, is that the hotel is sold out. There's a whole scene at the check-in desk because they're full and they're having to turn guests away. And if they've got rooms, if they're overbooked, then they would clear staff out first.
Are you referring to the scene with the angry American
Yes.
Yeah.
couple at the... Yeah.
Which, again, sorry, very quick, I didn't even realise this from all of the times I've seen this film. The guy who plays Sven is the guy from Happy.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
I was... awesome.
Yeah. I need to watch that show, actually.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's really
good
worth
fun.
it.
Okay, good.
Good fun.
Back when Netflix was good.
Oh, right. 2 seasons?
I don't know. Maybe we could just, because Hollywood this, and the hotel has a suite of rooms that are just for the staff.
As a veteran of hospitality, yes, you'd be living on site in dedicated staff accommodation.
Yeah.
Cool. Happy with that. Turns up at the hotel, says, yeah, it's out the back, we need you for this, this and this. Goes out there and then discovers Withnail in the room.
With Lucy?
Yes, I'm guessing. Are we happy to have... Sorry, that's so terrible. So happy to have Christina Ricci seen it. Sorry.
No, because it could be that. Children. I work with children.
Sorry, Sam. Continue.
No, I'm sorry. You could have that classic American thing that he attracted her by being British. He had that amazing accent.
Has he given her something then?
I mean, it's the question. Because if he doesn't, then her story going forward changes drastically. We've agreed that they're pretty skint. Are they going to just give drugs away? Is Withnail just going to give drugs away?
No, I don't.
Just for the sake of spiking someone?
He would spike somebody to spite them. He is quite vindictive like that.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're saying this is like a revenge spike, and she did something that offended him on the flight.
I think her wholesome American, because she's a Jesus freak.
She is, yes.
Mm.
She's never even had alcohol, he says.
Yes. I think that might have got his ire up. That she is so wholesome Midwest American.
Just so disgustingly clean.
Yes.
Right.
That he wants to tear it down.
Does that work for
Yeah.
you? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
The only problem is that she's just started following him like a lapdog.
Of course, because now she's full of funky drugs and he's the shiny person in her life.
Yeah. Which works as well for these characters, again, from what we know about them from the original film. Again, as I said last time, we don't see much of their sexual proclivities. We know what they're not about,
Yes.
but we don't know what they are about.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point.
Gold star.
Gold star. Good point. Which, by the way, I think officially
Does that make me the croupier?
it does indeed.
Woohoo!
Your 5-star generalness makes you the croupier.
So maybe that's how it works. Whoever has the most stars casts the deciding vote.
Oh, what, at the end of the month?
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Gold star.
I'm almost tempted to say yes.
So I don't think this is about him wanting to penetrate.
This is a revenge thing.
Yeah. The whole focus of the thing is the two of them panicking is how the hell they're going to get rid of her.
I kind of like it because it really plays like when he walks into the room and she's biting him on the leg.
Mm.
She's literally following him around like a puppy.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is a potential court case scenario, but their focus is, fuck, I need to get rid of her. I don't know how. She's following me here. What do we do? How do we... And he's kind of relying on Marwood to come up with the ideas.
Do we see Marwood winding up Nell about that? Let's hire her out to the cops. Because at this point he must be getting quite fed up with Nell. Like, I mean, he put up with all the bollocks, and the room got trashed, and he almost got away, and he's back, and now he's brought a girl who's biting me on the damn leg.
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit of Marwood be going, you know what? Time for some improv.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
Because I must admit, I was thinking about that earlier, so we get that. But no, absolutely. He needs something in the same way as Royal Duke. He's come to this place, he's expecting to get some peace and quiet, and he can relax. Withnail's not here.
And then now there's Withnail and a girl biting him on the leg.
Guessing that they didn't anyway when they called the Flamingo Hotel to book her in over there.
Yeah.
They never paid for the room, they just...
Oh no, they just sent over the recommendation for the booking, didn't they? Yeah.
So I guess that would be the same, and then they would just bundle her in the back of the car, get rid of her.
But, I mean, that still makes sense, because she had this bundle of Barbara Streisand art, and she was flying to Las Vegas with it. She had some kind of money.
Yes.
So it's not like they're like literally leaving her destitute on the street.
Again, that would probably play out the same with dumping her off into a taxi to take her to the other hotel. And then we go to the convention.
We go to the convention. Now, I was initially tempted to call this scene because of the idea of them being in attendance and how mocking they would be. But that's actually really more or less what we get from the original film.
I think we could go with your original idea that, again, they're working in these places in the same way that they were working on the bar for the race.
Yeah.
They're basically there at the back of the room with the teas and coffees and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's, I mean, like, although it's a nice, you know, it makes it fluid and flowing through how they're there, I don't feel like that's a scene you want to focus on.
Where he does the adrenochrome?
The adrenochrome, yes.
Okay, I agree with you, and I think, it's
a tough call because there's two sequences there. There's the actual taking the adrenochrome and Gonzo turning into the devil and all of those bits. And then there's the bit when he wakes up the next morning and he's playing the tape player back, trying to figure out what happened. We've already said they don't have a tape player, they have a radio. So that second scene starts to get a bit sticky anyway. So let's, just for the sake of argument, just stick with that initial taking the adrenochrome moment.
We don't need to have the adrenochrome in there because we said right at the start, I mean, I remember saying that they've got a little film camera thing with some pellets of the embalmer in it.
Oh, right, so it'll be the embalmer.
They've got rid of Lucy, and then they've gone and they've done their job, they've gone back to their accommodation, and then a call comes through from Lucy.
You need to calm down, man. Maybe it's time to get out the embalmer.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that's the impetus to lead into that sequence.
Okay. Well, so that works. Well, we never really explored what the embalmer does.
We never know. We never say it.
Although he's pretty immobile during his adrenochrome experience anyway.
That the effect within the movie has a similar effect to what adrenochrome does?
To some degree, yes.
Yeah. What about the one scene I was thinking of for Act 3 was the diner scene.
We will come to that, because that'll be
Is that
after
much
this.
later?
That's after this sequence.
Oh, is it?
So you get the adrenochrome, all of that sequence here, and then that sequence in the diner with Ellen Barkin is
Part of the flashbacks.
no, the sequence in the diner when
It's part of the flashbacks,
it's
mate.
when he's driving him to the airport.
Yeah, and it's with the maid. Not the maid.
When he wakes up in the hotel, it's after he's taken him to the airport.
It is, isn't it? I hadn't realised
That whole sequence is flashback.
He's right.
The bit when they go to the airport is one of the last memories he has.
Okay, so we will come on to that in a second. Again, things will be different in the same way as we said with the pigs last time instead of the reptiles.
Yeah.
As a foil for Raoul Duke seeing the devil,
Yes.
he sees Withnail turn into Monty. So we get
Oh,
a cameo.
he just slowly expands, gets more corpulent, and then it gets whiter and oh yes.
So we could even throw in a cameo from Richard Griffiths in the film as well.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Good idea.
It was like so that whole sequence would end with "I mean to have you, boy," and then you just black out and wake up the next morning.
Yeah, fantastic. But then yes, we will then come to the diner.
With, I would say, who would make it uncomfortable in that? I mean, would you guys put that scene in your books, or would you include that one?
It's one of the most intense scenes out of that sequence.
Yeah, but would Withnail be that?
I think we would lose the intensity of that scene because if you're going to do a scene like that, it's more likely to play out more like the tea room scene.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Yeah. I must ensure there
He's
will
drunk,
be
then.
all of the cakes known to man. I want that pie. How much for that pie? And how much for the pie? I want all of the pie.
Can we change then the pie to a cake in the diner?
Yes, like a
you
fudge
want to,
cake or
yeah.
death by chocolate or
Or a
something.
pie and it's still on the little.
But if you still wanted to capture that fear that Ellen Barkin shows, a reminiscence of something that's happened to her, it could be, because I know Rajuk says that she's obviously had her throat cut. That's
always
kind of the
imagined
suggestion.
that was his supposition, not an actual fact.
But if you wanted to still feed into that same kind of vein, you could say that Withnail's mannerisms and his eccentricities in that moment reminds her of the bloke who possibly attacked her.
Her reaction, her
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. The point we have to deal into the depth of Withnail's soul within this movie, and that's the scene that happens with Gonzo.
Much like Rajuk, Marwood's just along for the ride.
Mm.
So that's where he gets that very kind of
Awkward.
almost awkward, submissive
Picking up
kind
the plate, and I'm so sorry, and then he walks out and comes back with the plate. And,
Yeah.
I had something for this because I was trying to think, why is he getting rid of Withnail? Where's Withnail going?
Mm.
So what about this? We know that Withnail's family have money.
Of course they do, yes.
Withnail at some point within this sequence, and within the sequence with the embalmer, has got so down that he's like, I'm done, I'm going home. Calls his family, they've got him a ticket home.
Yeah.
That's perfect for Marwood because he's got rid of him. So the final scene, when he's leaving and driving back to LA, he's got his hair cut, he's had a shave, he can go back to LA, the home of movies, and be a star, and actually work on what I'm here to do. And that's the end of the film.
What are your thoughts?
I like that a lot. that really brings some depth. Because we were floundering. We were just making scenes fit. This actually is layers.
Like
an onion, baby. Like an onion, baby. I think he's got a point. I'd love to finish the movie right there and then. I don't know if you agree.
No, I agree.
I'm gobsmacked.
Well, we can even throw it into the thing. At some point, something's happened to the Jag that has lost the roof.
Yeah.
Part of it is up. He just gets rid of it.
I mean,
Top down, haircut. I'm going to go and...
You could still have the epilogue of the story of his journey back to LA or whatever, but the actual ending of the story, as you said, is when Withnail leaves and he's finally free to be himself.
Yeah.
And
it's a perfect parallel to I've got the lead.
More ambitious than what he was before.
Yeah. He's taken all of Withnail's shit.
I do like it. I do. Obviously, your vote counts, but I'm impressed with that.
I'm impressed with that as well.
Is that a...
Oh yeah. Oh, you just totally changed the ending of the movie and made it work so much better.
Awesome.
Well, guys, what do you think?
I've got no idea.
Considering I just awarded a gold star, it's fairly obvious I'm going to say I think Withnail and Loathing in Las Vegas is the winning movie this month, for me.
I think the one that I would have gone along with anyway would be the Fear and I.
Yeah?
As personally, yeah.
Okay,
I just preferred it based on the setting of where it was. It was just something that I would personally... Like, if like in a producer sort of way, if someone sent me these two scripts, I would have personally gone with that one.
It's interesting because now we're getting a viewpoint from an actual filmmaker.
Yeah. I suppose with Fear and I would be more consistently themed, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I just pictured it more as well, whereas the other one, I would still watch it. I think they're really good points, both of them, really. But I just think I'm heading more towards the Fear and I.
No, you're right. I was just being supremely impressed with his gold
You were
star.
blown away, I get
Yeah.
it. You were still having a second wave, weren't you?
We do have this problem sometimes when it comes to the films because we've just finished doing one and we're doing this at the end of that film.
Yeah.
We have to kind of backtrack over what we did on the previous one.
Actually, he has got a point. In terms of theme and
There's been a lot of points
consistency.
in this episode.
Yeah, they really have. In terms of theme and consistency, Fear and I does work more. It's still essentially the same piece, but with these little different bits. Whereas this is, it's never going to be as extravagant as Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
So you changing your vote?
I think I am.
Okay, so whatever I say isn't going to matter anyway because...
But no, I want to hear what you think.
But in terms of making this version of leaving Las Vegas. Sorry, we do. Actually, you need to come back because we've done at least 2 Nick Cage films so far.
Love Nick Cage.
This version of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, to make it works, and it does work well. But I do agree. As a movie, Fear and I works better because the setup is solid. It's an American journalist and his attorney trying to find what is rural English life.
I think it's such a great character study as well.
Exactly.
It's
So I agree that Fear and I should be our movie, our maybe movie of the month.
Well, it's unanimous then.
It is.
Fear and I, it is. Congratulations for the win.
Are you able to animate any confetti and balloons?
There will be stuff. If nothing else, we do need to give a toast to the genius of Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
Indeed, sir.
Rest in peace, sir. But most importantly, look at the 6 fucking stars.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, suck it up. Like it's going to happen again.
What happens now? I mean... is this it? Is this the end? Where are we going to put him? Because this is the bit where we normally sleep. And we've got couches. There's a bathroom. You can sleep in the bath.
I do like baths.
That could work.
God knows what's going to happen next. We are stuck here ad infinitum. Now, do I do like Raoul Duke and just put this in my pocket and not come back to it for about 3 scenes?
Let's be honest. When did we last get Post?
Post with a very badly drawn silver shamrock. I mean, whoever it is really cheap. They haven't even taken the price off it.
Oh no.
a partially burnt pumpkin candle? Does that mean it's almost spooky season? Who's touching my... Stop it!
Ba 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 ba.